Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to the first edition of Muscle Talk. I'm sitting here with IFBB Pro Derik Oslan, IFPA Pro Steve Sims, and myself, Ryan Palmer. Today we're going to do our first edition of Road to the Olympia, and we're going to do our men's classes Olympia predictions. So would you guys be interested? What class do you guys want to start off with? Men's physique?
Let's start with men's physique.
Men's physique?
Yeah. I don't know how familiar you are with those guys, but
from the New York Pro, a little bit, not too much.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good lineup. The only thing I'm confused about is Jason posting? Is he going physique or
no? He's going classic.
He's
doing classic, so he's not. I mean, he'd be competing in the Olympia right now, but he's taking the year off to put on size and he's going to compete in classic next year.
He's looking pretty big.
He's huge. So
he's definitely big.
I mean, I guess I'll start it off. My top 5. I mean, Buendia, as far as I'm concerned, is the gold standard. He's winning another Olympia. Dude is an absolute freak. He has no body parts that are missing at all.
He doesn't have legs that are missing either.
Like he could compete in classic. I don't know about winning classic, but he could compete and probably do top 5 in classic.
He'd be needed to cross over because he's got that crown right now. And in my opinion, I don't think anyone can stop him.
Well, it's kind of like everyone talking about Flex Lewis going into the Open. Like, why would you leave being the top dog in your division to like maybe be top 5 in another division? That makes absolutely no sense. To me, that doesn't make any sense.
But I can understand why he would do that.
I mean, yeah, embracing the challenge, see where he stacks up. But I mean,
if anyone was to do it, he would be the only guy that could do it
and be
safe.
Very competitive.
But him and Phil are pretty much identical, almost. But Phil's bigger.
Yeah.
I just wish they would keep. They both have perfect genetics.
I just wish they brought it back to the Arnold era and they did the 212 guy versus the Open guy.
Oh, where they where they did like a
overall
in the Open. That's
Open. Yeah. Anyways, back to physique.
Back to physique.
Jeremy Benduia.
Number 2, the other Jeremy, aka No Waste Potvin. That's what I call him. He's going to be number 2, and it's not going to be. All right, I take back what I said about it. Buendia is going to win, but I don't think it's going to be a walk away. I think it's going to be him. I think it's going to be 2 Jeremys, top 2, and they're going to do a lot of comparisons with those 2 guys. From there, I think Andre will be number 3. Brandon Ferguson's going to be number 4. And number 5, it's a toss-up between Logan Franklin and Ryan Terry. I'm gonna put Logan.
So I'm with you. I'm with Benduia taking it. That's his crown. I think it's gonna be his crown for as long as he wants to do for now. I'm gonna go against it with Jeremy Potvin. He looks tremendous to me. His chest is just wacky looking, and I don't think it's a second place. I'm still going to go with Ryan Terry. He's coming hot off the Arnold win, obviously. Personally, I think his physique is the closest you're going to get to Olympia's. The only thing I don't like about him is his posing. And you guys might laugh at this, and I don't know if I'm the only one that sees this, but it looks like he's trying to take a shit every time he's there. that front side pose, because he's got the best 6-pack up there, but he does this crunch where he kind of hunches over and he takes his ass out, and it just looks like he's.
And like just from an aesthetic thing, it makes your waist wider.
It does.
So,
and I think that's the exact reason why I think Andre didn't take it last at the New York Pro or the Arnold, because he stood straight on. I think if you turn to the side a little bit, I think he might have finished it out Ryan.
And accentuate his taper.
Yep. But yeah, next one, Andre Ferguson, Brandon, and I think coming in 5th is going to be Jeremy.
I'm mad at you for this. I really am.
You can take it, man.
Jeremy, when you see this dude at the Olympia,
I'll come to your booth. I'll be there. I'll tell you after you're in 5th or 6th.
All right.
But Steve.
To be honest, I really don't follow those guys too much, but I do follow Buendia. I just don't see nobody touching that. I ain't gonna say nobody touching him because anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah, someone can come off.
Yeah.
He can come in off. Yeah. Someone can come in on.
Anything can happen, but I just don't see anybody. He's setting the standard, and his condition now is just from what you see the pictures.
He's such a freak.
he is looking crazy.
I mean, he does look like, I mean, his upper body looks like he can cross over.
I do his legs.
But
We don't know what the legs look like,
Give me
but,
here.
you know,
his legs
as
up.
far as, you know, up from his chest, his shoulders, he looks like he
The
could.
grain is carrying the two.
Grain.
yeah,
just-
absolutely. I mean, obviously he's not gonna look like that on stage because they don't pose like that.
But, you know, he's looking like he can cross over to definitely classic.
Absolutely.
And do very well. Again, we don't know what the legs look like, but, I mean,
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, he's shown a couple pictures of his legs, and I mean, usually they're like in you know, the compression pants, or whatever. But even still, you can see the cuts, you can see the size.
They have size.
So size is definitely not an issue, and you can see the cuts in them. I wouldn't be surprised if he has striding glutes. It wouldn't even surprise me.
I've never seen it though. But
After that, the only ones I really know is, you know, Andre Ferguson from the Pro, Ryan Terry, you know, cool little
Yeah.
guys. And I think, you know, those two will be up in the mix, but
Absolutely.
again, I don't see them touching.
Andre took it at the New York Pro. Right?
Who?
Did Andre take it?
Yeah, he won like 3 or 4 shows this year. Like he's been on a roll.
That, I think, did he was Chicago or Toronto, one of those two?
Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah. I feel like I know he's won like 3 or 4 shows. I just can't remember what the other 2 are.
I don't know. I didn't
But
find that close this year.
he definitely had a point to prove.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'm the guy. You don't have to deal with me.
Yeah.
And basically trying to say whatever show I'm in, I'm a problem. You can't overlook me.
Well,
so.
you know, from what the interview I've seen on RX, he's talking like, he's got a little something.
He's always talking like he's got something to prove. He's always talking like that.
Like you got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, we got a little chip on it, but, you know, hey, sometimes.
He can back it up. He can back it up though.
And if that motivates you to bring your best, then
Yeah,
you
you
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all I got for that division.
One of the classic.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
For
That's
this division.
that and 212 is gonna be the highlights of the this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I'm amped for the 212.
212
All
is good.
shows, of all classes, I'm really amped for the 212.
Yeah.
And because there's such a smaller number of guys than there usually is, I think that a lot of guys will get more time to actually get a decent look.
Yep.
It's going to be way more difficult to overlook somebody because they're going to have so much space to see them.
But it's good that this year we had the introduction to it last year where we weren't really sure, hey, what are they exactly looking for? Everyone kind of came on.
I'll be honest, for all you nerds, all you Dragon Ball Z fans, it looked like the Ginyu Force was on stage, and you need to like superimpose a picture of the Ginyu Force hitting their stupid poses.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looked like, especially when they
If you're watching
hit your favorite classic pose.
Yeah.
It looked ridiculous. Now
Watching the
it
amateur
has
shows, that's how it still is though.
But I feel like because the pros have kind of got it together, the amateurs have a model to follow, whereas everyone was kind of running around
Like chickens.
yeah, with their heads cut off, like not really knowing what to do. So hit a classic pose, okay. I'm gonna
It's something.
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Stands out, yeah.
Yeah, I think me and you had this discussion the other night about this division.
We did. This is
And
gonna be.
you weren't in agreement of some of my choices.
What you got?
Arash is gonna win. He is full. He's symmetrical. Classic physique, in my opinion, is not having. You're not really having like one body part that like just completely like overshadows everything. 100% balance, almost like a Chris Cormier. Like he didn't have one body part that you were just like, oh my god, like what did Big Ramy with his quads.
And also, you look at the physiques are like longer in stature. Too.
Yes.
A little bit longer.
I think the key to classic is lines.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The lines,
the body torso is
that
longer.
long torso, exactly. It's why the
long
taller guys are going to have an
arms.
easier advantage.
Arnold look, Arnold was a tall, lanky, kind of lean kind of guy.
So that's why I say Arash is gonna win. The rest of it, I can't really put an order to it. Like I know, all right, Bumstead is gonna be in the top 5.
Yep.
Terrence Ruffin's gonna be in the top 5. My man George Peterson is going to be in the top 5. I don't know.
Top 5.
He's gonna be in the top
George
5.
is a freak. George is a freak.
Understatement.
George is bringing something that nobody else has, though.
Yeah.
That back is
insane.
That back
That's a
belongs to the
212
212 stage for sure.
That's a 212 back.
But for some reason, he's still floating. Still,
well, him and Justin, of which both of them I've been very good friends with, and I've trained with them at Bev's on multiple occasions. They have been working specifically to make him more streamlined. I mean, yeah, that his back is just genetically going to pop out at you. That's just what it does. But they've done a good job of integrating that into the rest of his physique and adjusting his posing as such.
I love his transition to the side chest. He reaches around long.
Oh yeah, like
his
like this guy
hits it for a minute.
Yeah,
it's its own pose itself.
I have a video. George will remember this from Nationals. That made fun of him because when he hits his side tricep, he looks like he's about to take a shit because he gets so low. So like, I'm gonna be posting a video on my Instagram. I'll do a shameless plug later.
We'll do an overall between him and Ryan Tier at the end.
Like we just sit so low. It's not his face though. Like his face is fine, but they're trying to integrate a level of modern day conditioning. But the whole point is to erase the freak factor to an extent. Again, it's about flow, it's about symmetry, it's about lines, while integrating some of that modern day conditioning that we have, but it shouldn't be on the same level as the bodybuilders, because that's not what classic was.
I just think
straight glutes didn't come until Gaspari. He was the first person to do it, and everyone's like, what the fuck is that?
And then
I've never seen
everything
an
turned
ass
into
do that.
glutes. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm glad they've kind of gotten away from that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have, but it's not necessary to have.
Cedric had glutes. Still.
they're not
I mean, they weren't Ronnie Coleman, like walnut looking glutes, but
faded at the Arnold. They're slightly there.
I've seen them more faded than that. So I think what he brought to the Arnold.
But what I'm saying,
we'll get into the open.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I got Brian first. I think he's packed on enough sizes here, but I mean I think it's his flow and his lines and the way he poses. He
beat George
he looks
in New York.
pretty when he poses. I think it's exactly what Classic was looking for. I think Arash is going to be a close second, but it's a different look. It's a more compact, dense muscle. His waist is a little thicker, his chest, shoulders, traps are a little thicker. He doesn't have the tight inserts like Brian does. But I think it's still the top two.
So you think he's more classic than Arash?
Brian, absolutely. I think Brian is classic, and I think his hair tops the classic look up.
They're going to change the standard of flip-flopping those two from last year then? Because don't forget, Arash was second last year.
But Danny Hester won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and everybody said that Arash could have won that easily.
Maybe.
I think so. Absolutely.
Yeah. So if Arash already was number 2 and he's almost a standard, would they change the standard and go with that look?
You know what? We haven't seen any competitions here that someone that looks like Arash has won. Brian won New York. George is winning.
Completely, and that's the thing. That's the thing that makes
totally different body style.
That's the thing that makes Classic so exciting. Is there's literally every single person is bringing a completely different physique.
Yep.
You have no idea what they're going to look like and how they're going to stack up against each other.
Now,
because we've never seen it.
Now the second year around, now I think they're going to set a standard of what they're going to be looking for. Almost kind of like Reagan thought when Bikini came out. First Bikini came out.
I think it was just
it was hard to have a standard.
Bikini still doesn't have
They still don't know what they're looking for.
All right, but here we go. I got Brian, Arash, Bumstead. Bumstead's tall. He's lean. He's got
that anabolic maple syrup.
Absolutely.
From Canada. Shout out to Canada.
I got George in a good. I think I got George in 5th. I got George. He's in the top 5.
Who's number 4? Terrence.
Okay, George and Terrence. I like Terrence. He's just short, so I don't think it's gonna flow as well on him. I want Jordan 4th. I want Jordan 4th. But George's the wild card though, man, because he's got something.
Yeah.
Everyone's different in that class, but he's got something vastly different.
Because he's coming with mass.
Yes.
I think George he's the freak factor in classic.
That makes it he's the one and only freak factor in classic. So
absolutely,
George, shut this man up.
Hey, I'm putting George in 4th.
Shut him up and place higher, please.
Please, I hope you do. I really hope you do.
Alright, I'm going to lean more toward you. I'm going to take Arash for the win. Take Arash for the win. Go Brian 2nd. Bumstead 3rd. Now, the 4th is right, because actually I'm putting Ruff in 3rd. like what I've been seeing.
And his posing is impeccable.
I've seen some of the pictures out there that have surfaced of him.
He's tight, man. His legs are huge, striated.
I'm gonna put him third.
Not striated, but just deep cuts.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
His chest is massive, shoulders massive,
Put him
arms.
third. I'm gonna go with Bumstead fourth.
Yeah.
George fifth. But my personal thing, again, is the elephant in the room. Let's Wheeler.
Oh,
That's the elephant.
okay. So
that was your wild
so now you bring up Flex. So now I was gonna bring up a couple elephants in the room. I was gonna bring up Flex Wheeler. I was gonna bring up Danny Hester since he won the Olympia and none of us have him in the top 5. And the biggest elephant in the room, Sadiq. And how we were talking about a third place finisher last year. We'll call it a controversial
Now,
third place.
I'm gonna throw a little monkey in the wrench.
Okay.
Out in Chicago, I compete against Cleveland Thomas, who also knocked George off in Chicago.
Really?
I compete against Cleveland Thomas.
Really?
He knocked George off in Chicago. So now,
Did you beat him? Did you beat Cleveland?
no.
I almost got you to lie on camera.
I can't. If he sees that, he's like, nah, you can't beat me. Matter of fact, I was known to be like, be compared next to him. So,
He'll be in the comment section real quick.
Yeah, we ain't gonna bring that up.
Okay.
No, but again, we're throwing out things out there, and here's a guy who won Chicago,
Yeah.
beat George, and it's apples and oranges.
So many.
Yeah, you brought up some good points though. You said Danny Hester.
Yeah.
He won last year. I'm not going to argue it. He looked good. I think the class has matured a little bit.
Yeah.
I think they defined what they want a little more. I don't think he fits. I don't think he fits anymore. They might give him a top 5, 6, just out of respect.
So you don't even think he deserves the 6th place?
Yeah, you got
I can see
Robert
him
Tinder
6th.
took 6 last year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have a freak number 2, because his back is stupid,
Yeah, and he's tall, man.
and he's tall. He pretty much has a Peterson back on a Bumstead frame. Like that's pretty hard to beat.
It's a pretty comparison.
And I think the last time he competed was in 2016. So he's had all this time to build and
He's been pretty
mature.
quiet.
Yeah.
Him and is he still with Dennis?
Yes.
And he's with Gaspari. So really, the only things we really see are if Gaspari posts something about him, and then occasionally he'll post something about himself. So Robert Timms, Flex Wheeler. We already just discussed Danny.
We're assuming everybody's in shape.
Yes.
Everybody's ready.
Yeah.
There's no one got thrown out by any kind of illnesses or anything else, because you don't want that.
So
The only reason why I don't have Flex in the top 6, in the top 5, is we haven't seen his legs yet.
So you have him in the top 6 possibly.
Possibly.
Really?
Possibly.
Depending on his legs. And he might surprise us. You never know.
He's brought back the upper body because you get to see it through his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, his last videos.
But Kevin LeBron did the same thing.
And his legs don't have to be big like they used to be, but if they can get
They seem to be classic.
close to what they were, he can be dangerous. He can be dangerous.
Because we all know he has arguably the best genetics of anyone to ever grace the stage.
And we see and you kind of seen it coming, because all of a sudden you're like, oh, Flex is working out, Flex is lifting.
He
and all
was
of a
big.
sudden,
He was big, and then
Flex is, and all of a sudden, oh, I gotta compete.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? You guys are forgetting though. He's not gonna have those full round muscle bellies this time around. He's small.
He's also 53.
He's also 53. Oh, but don't forget, when he first started, he won his first honor at 214. So that's a natural.
True story. He was very streamlined.
Yeah.
Extremely streamlined.
The only reason why he blew up because he had a battle on him.
What's that?
What's his cap this year?
Man, I think it's 215.
Okay.
So I think he's in the same height bracket as Arash.
Yeah. So I mean, when I know you talk about he's 52 years old and stuff like that, but I mean, again, when he first started, when he won his honor, he was 214. So
he brings
a
that
wild
physique back.
He's a wild card.
He's a wild card. I mean, you gotta someone with that kind of resume, you have to.
You gotta count him
Yeah,
in
You
somewhere.
gotta cut him in somewhere. You know, you just can't say he's old, whatever. Well, you know, sometimes you get shot by old people.
Well, unfortunately, he's
Older.
What do I say? You old?
I'll say older.
He's right now. He's caught in the. I'm gonna call it the Kevin Levrone shadow.
Yeah.
Because of what.
But again, he doesn't have to have the legs, like, you know.
But he's also not talking as much trash as Kevin is. He's not playing the hype game.
He's just working hard
I just
and
think-
coming in and.
I can see him. I can see him top 7.
Yeah. I just
I can
like
see
the
him top
lineup
7.
of the classic. I just think that
It's deep.
It's deep, and you know, without really a set standard now, I think this show will set the standard for the future.
This show's gonna be revolutionary in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
Especially with $7 producing.
Yeah. It's gonna be on TV. It's gonna be nice. So let's move up to
212.
212.
212.
This video will have me in it next year.
Next year.
Not as a commentator.
So we